All right, Grant, pre-show shenanigans on this Thanksgiving Thursday. In light of Thanksgiving,
Happy Turkey Day,
happy
everyone.
Turkey Day, we have a food-based pre-show, but not in the way that you think it's about to go, Grant. Obviously,
I'm going to
you know,
guess we're not going to be sitting here just saying statements that steak should be served instead of turkey. I think we're going to
well,
pass on that
ham,
one.
but yeah, different. Um, I'm a ham. I like the
Oh,
baked
oh,
ham, the
I'm
honey
with you.
baked ham.
Honey baked ham. Dude, I'm a sucker
But
for ham.
hey, not the direction that I wanted to go. All right,
Yeah.
Cajun turkey, also Popeye's turkey. If you know, you know. But Brant, this is direction. Obviously, Thanksgiving is there's two things for Thanksgiving. You spend time with your family
And then you watch the
and you
Lions lose a
watch
football
football.
game. Oh,
And you
yes.
watch football.
Football, yes. Yeah,
Football.
football.
Family and football. That's Thanksgiving. Um, but in honor of this, Grant, I think I found the most cursed item of just food in the world. And you'll know why in a second. Grant, what if I told you that Lay's has partnered with the New York Jets to make potato chips that were grown in the dirt from MetLife Stadium? I think you
That's okay.
open the bag
So
and
many
that's
things.
Pandora's box.
First
That
things
might be
first.
Pandora's box.
I think we could confidently say that the MetLife, correct?
MetLife, yeah.
I think we could confidently say the MetLife Stadium grass, dirt, field would be the worst ground of soil to plant anything. It doesn't matter what you're like. That is
Well, plant
the
or
worst.
also double meaning planting your foot and pivoting on the field.
Well, that as well. But
Yeah.
because of how like unstable the soil is, causing injuries, it would probably be the worst plot of land you could pick on Earth to
You might
grow.
need to like bring out a Ouija board before you open up that bag of chips.
Yeah,
Like,
I
are
mean
any
that's.
spirits associated with this Lay's
I
bag
think this
before I
may
open
be
it?
like it's not exactly the same curse, like not exactly the curse of the Bambino, but it might be like if any human affiliated in a major way, affiliated with an NFL franchise, consumes one chip from these bags, that franchise is doomed for eternity. It's like the Frank Fleming curse. If you eat one of those chips, you are personally like, well, you've joined the Chargers in this traumatic fandom experience. So, yeah, no. No one's allowed to eat those chips. I want to just say this now, like Brick, you should shut this shit down right now. Like I don't know why you approved this in the board meeting last Thursday, but Brick, get this under control. You need to steer your team a little bit more straight. Right now you're in bumpy waters, and
Yeah,
the whole ship,
just
the whole crew might be overboard by morning. So yeah, no, Brick, what are we doing? And then second thought, the new Colts owner, please do not even look at the chips.
think about it.
Don't even, like, someone needs to go on her social medias and mute the phrase MetLife chip just so she
I
never
just
even
want to
sees.
say, Grant, there is a reason that the New York Giants have not made
Yeah, no,
their
they
own
did
MetLife
not.
chip.
Yeah.
They're aware of the issues here. There's a reason.
Yeah.
That longing stare at your phone makes me feel like there's some breaking news that just happened.
Not exactly breaking news. I'm just reading something. I'm getting some reactions. I was horrified of what the Blue Jays could be. We no longer need to think about them. They just gave Dylan Cease $210 million.
Yes, I did see that.
I want everyone right now listening to go on Baseball Reference, the second greatest website of all time behind Ken Palm, and the Transfer Portal database, so the third greatest website of all time. But I need everyone to go check Dylan Cease's Baseball Reference and then look up postseason ERA and then be like, wait, he got $210 million. That's a lot of money, Everett. That's a lot of money.
Well, hey, all I want to say, performance or not, I don't want to hear Blue Jay fans complain about buying a championship every.
This is one thing about the Dodgers. You can shit on us for outspending everyone. But what you can't crap on the Dodgers for is the selective spending. We don't give these contracts to everyone. Seager, see ya. Trey Turner, goodbye. We don't hand this out to everyone.
But I mean, Grant, baseball's already got its own holiday, and that's the 4th of July. We're not talking about
well,
baseball.
Sad, and it's now like Halloween is just like Dodger World Series Day. So like that might just be ours now.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully that's
don't want to talk too soon. Hey, I believe it should be 3 and 4 for a dynasty. People are just saying it's a dynasty already. Counting 2020 and stretching it 3 and 6.
Hey, we can go for 4. The quad is available.
We need to 3-peat.
But quad is on the table.
Any additional Thanksgiving topics?
I mean, we already hit that the ham over turkey, gravy is a must.
Oh,
stuffing,
yeah.
Elite.
We could do this. Stuffing or dressing.
Stuffing.
Yeah, same. Stuffing. Dressing, it's like you're grammar police over here. Like you're the guy
dressing
in class, if you
putting it on top, like what?
Like anyone who corrects you saying it's dressing, they're the type of people that in class growing up, if you asked to use the bathroom, they would say, I don't know. Can you? That's what those people are.
No, definitely stuffing. But dessert, that's really pumpkin pie, Grant.
Okay.
Is there an alternative?
Of course,
here?
Pumpkin pie that just goes hand in hand with Thanksgiving. And fall season, like pumpkin, everyone's getting a slice of pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. Now, let's take it one step further. I believe, though, the best pie on the planet, undebated, and my main reasoning is it needs no add-ons, no like additional whipped cream on top for the pumpkin pie. You don't need a scoop of vanilla like you do with apple pie. This pie needs no additions. Pecan pie, no additions added. If you add anything on top, it's too much sugar.
Hey,
and you're on the IL for a week.
Maybe I'm a sicko, but I do like just pure pumpkin pie. Though. I think you can get away with pure pumpkin pie.
I love pure. I'm a big pie guy. I'll get that out there. Massive pie. Like if I have a choice, a slice of cake or pie, I will take the pie 95 times out of 100. I was about to say every time. 95 times out of 100, I'm taking the pie. That's just me. That's me. That might be my old man take of the day.
Wow.
But
that quite a take.
Oh yeah, no, that might be the hottest take I've had of 2025.
Yeah. Yeah,
it is. That's the hottest take I had of the year.
I think that was, and you got it kind of under the wire here with like a month left to go.
Right,
at the last second.
Hey, right it's 2-2 count, bottom of the 8th.
I already had my hottest take saying that the Vikings were going to go to the playoffs this year, so I got that one in early. Unforeseeable circumstances, but yeah, no. If we had the unnamed intern on staff right now, he's on a little bit of a leave.
Do I have take of the year predicting like to a T games 5 through 7 of the World Series? Do I have take of the year?
I think you have Waterboy take of the year.
I think I may. Well, you guys need to vote on that. So we don't decide.
But I would say this
unnamed intern does get.
This would be a perfect opportunity for an editor to go back through all of our clips from the year and cut out everything that we take wise had said.
It would be a great opportunity. We'll see if anyone capitalizes on it.
It's not going to happen.
I think without further ado, we'll get right into the episode. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 352. And first things first, already kind of just said it, but we hope everybody listening has an amazing Thanksgiving. If you're listening right now, Thursday morning, if you are recovering from your Blackout Wednesday right now listening to us, please jump in, recover from that hangover, tune out, and just hydrate both physically and mentally with your water boys, okay? We will get you through these Sunday scaries on Thanksgiving.
The water boy suggestion, the play of the day for your Thanksgiving recovery day before you start the rest of your afternoon with football. 2 Gator Lights. Start the day off 2 Gator Lights.
A double Gator Light.
A double Gator Light.
Do you have any flavor
after Blackout
suggestions?
Wednesday. I like the orange ones. I've been called a sicko for liking the
I'm
orange
a
ones
big fan of
before.
that pink, like
Pink one is good.
strawberry. No, it's not banana.
It's like
it's
yeah, it's
that
just like
pink thing.
strawberry. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like strawberry. I'm pretty sure it's strawberry. It's like the fruit blast or whatever.
maybe it's strawberry lemonade.
Just
Could
do
that be
not
it?
whatever you do, if you have a hangover, do not go with grape. Do not go
Oh
with the grape
my
Gator Light. Do
goodness,
not go with the grape
that'll
Gator Light.
extend the hangover.
But that's the play. Hit the two
There might
Gator
be
Lights.
alcohol
You
in the
have
grape.
you have
Gatorade.
the noon o'clock Packer Lions game. That's when you crack the first. But you have the
If there's a day to crack it open in the AM, it's today. If
Yeah.
there's a day where you can crack open the first one, at
or you're
11
going real bougie, and if you're a family that does like prosecco or mimosas or something for Thanksgiving,
oh, wow. You're getting spicy.
yeah, you're starting the mimosas at noon with that.
Give me the under before that. If you're a
Before
mimosa
that,
family,
I guess you're. But
if you're a
you need the
mimosa
time
family,
to
you're starting before noon.
recover with the double Pedialyte with the
I
double
think
Gator Lights.
if you're a mimosa family, that family doesn't get hangovers. If you
Okay,
are
you
in
know
a
what, fair.
mimosa family,
Hair
I'm
of the dog,
personally
Grant.
not.
Hair
I'm
of the
personally
dog.
not.
Just keep going. Just keep going. If okay, caveat. Double Gator Light, unless you're mimosa family. If you're mimosa's family, oh, you wake and
That's
roll. Shake and bake,
It's
baby.
a mixer,
Shake and bake.
you know, like the
Yeah.
Gatorade's the mixer.
Hey, you're getting your vitamin C in there. Yep, you're getting your vitamin C.
Like I hope you get all of the sodium electrolytes. I hope you down all that red.
You
40.
could crack a little bit of salt in there, or even fuck it, mix in a little vodka with a liquid IV.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think if you're in a mimosa family, your Gator Light, there's a shot or two in there. If you're a mimosa family,
It's helping.
If you're a mimosa family,
This is the disclaimer that we do not promote alcoholism on this podcast. Thank you.
No,
okay.
we don't encourage it. However, we will help you get through it if that's your situation right now.
We don't doing encourage God's work. We are trying to make sure that everybody personally recovers properly to celebrate Thanksgiving.
And we'll mentally hydrate all of you right now with some of the most interesting takes you ever heard. So, I think we got to start off hot. Another year, another Thanksgiving weekend for all the sickos out here. This one's for you, but Ohio State, Michigan, another Thanksgiving weekend, another big game. Everett, I want to just get this out on record. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've actively thought about Ohio State. And by that, I mean, I haven't felt the need to study an opponent because the schedule is objectively a joke this year. Ohio State's played nobody. We're likely going to finish the year, bar Indiana aside, regular season, we will have beaten 0 playoff teams, most likely how it's going to turn out. And largely due to the schedule, I just haven't had a reason to care. And I think I said at halftime of Texas on August 31st, Ohio State's up 7-0. And I think at that point I was texting everyone, nice, Ohio State's gonna be the number 1 team at minimum until the Michigan game. I have another 2.5 months of just the number 1 team.
You said that several times on the podcast.
Yeah, so. And that has happened. But now we're here, and I will say all of my attention on this game began. When did we win the World Series? Was that November 2nd? November 1st?
Third.
November 3rd.
It went to midnight. Remember?
Okay, so we got kind of hung around a little bit when it came to baseball. I think 45 seconds after Yoshinobu threw that last pitch, my mind was on Michigan. It's been about 3 weeks now. Only thing on my mind. I cannot think about anything else. I'll start with this. Right now, a 4-game losing streak for Ohio State. I don't have this off the top of my head, but probably the first 4-game Ohio State losing streak since John Cooper years in the 90s. But Ryan Day, you need to win this shit, dude. I'll make this clear. If he loses the game, I'm not going to be saying fire him, but I can't do another year of this bullshit. I can't. There is truly nothing I despise more on planet Earth than Michigan men. Truly. Nothing I despise
also,
more.
This year and last year were the 2 most like are the two most easy times to go.
Last year was the largest spread in rivalry history.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the point right there. It was the largest spread.
Hey, Ryan
ever.
Day already have you having a personal loss to your quarterback from your days playing football, Grant. That's what Ryan Day put on you.
Justin, you mean?
No, I'm talking about last year with Michigan beating Ohio State.
Oh,
your personal quarterback, Grant.
Yes, with Davis. Sorry. I was like, what, my quarterback? Who the hell are you talking about?
Well, your quarterback.
No, I mean that one. I mean, it makes sense. That will be the most memorable Michigan game of my life. Like, duh. Like my high school quarterback was the. I'll never get over. I will never. I still haven't accepted that outcome to this day. Have not accepted. Hell no. But I will say. I think I might be saying this every year, but I truly believe this is the biggest game in Ohio State-Michigan rivalry history because it is true freshman Bryce Underwood. If they win this one, he's still there for two more. Like, if they win this one when he's a true freshman, Everett, like, I don't want to say what I'll be thinking that next morning. I don't want to say it, but yeah, I will be assuming I'm about to go watch Bryce Underwood go undefeated against Ohio State if they win. So for me personally, long term, how this could play out, like I think this is the most important game in rivalry history.
I mean, I'm
extremely biased though, and I think I've said that every single year on the podcast.
You've said it every year on the podcast.
I will say it next year too.
Although it's gotten a little bit lackluster lately since you got COVID following a loss. But I mean, the question still stands, and the point that you've made is that if it's what it takes for Ohio State to win the Natty, you will accept a loss.
Oh yeah. If you told me guarantee national championship, you lose to Michigan, all right, we're losing.
But then it comes down to though, like obviously it's not a guarantee. So if you were to lose Michigan, the next thing you're thinking is, okay, let's win the chip. And if you don't win the Natty, then
if we lose to Michigan, Ohio State's not in the Big Ten conference championship game.
But they're still in the playoffs. So
yes, yeah,
that's my point. I'm more so saying the Natty. I'm saying the Natty, like, if you don't win the Natty, but you lose to Michigan too. So
I heard go win the ship.
I said ship. I should have clarified. I meant Natty. Natty.
But yeah, no, there's a lot. There's a scenario where if Michigan wins, Indiana loses, and then Oregon loses, Ohio State Michigan rematches in the Big Ten championship game. Very unlikely. Okay, Purdue needs to beat Indiana, or Oregon needs to lose to Washington, and then, damn it, who's my last one?
USC.
They're
out. Are they eliminated?
They're out.
They have 2 losses now. So
I'm blanking on my last one.
Illinois is out.
Maybe I just said them all. Indiana and Oregon lose. No, that's it. Yeah, Indiana, Oregon. Yeah, you did. But there's a slight scenario that happens, but I don't know. But okay, those are the grand scheme of things. Grant takes. I guess we talk about the football game itself because that's entertaining too. The biggest question marks, concerns all week has been: is Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate going to play in this game? Jeremiah Smith is playing in this game.
Yes.
Carnell Tate, I'll be honest, I don't really know. Like, usually
my
today,
thing is, like,
I'd be able to know.
I feel like if they were held out of last game, it was for the specific reason of them.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree. I just need to see injury or practice report from today. They might be practicing right now. I don't know when Ohio State practices. I need to see today if he's practicing or not.
Morning practice though.
But I would lean he's going to be playing in this one. I just don't think it. Carnell.
It's also his last.
Exactly. He's never beat
his last game.
It is. This is his last ever time playing Michigan. So yeah, I don't think he wants to.
I said probably more so in case for whatever reason you end up
again repeat. Yeah. Like it's most likely his last. Like there's not one player on Ohio State that has ever beaten Michigan. And there is not one player in Michigan that has ever lost to Ohio State. And that counts transfers that I've like
that's a horrifying thought process.
Yeah.
From Ohio State's perspective.
And I know logically that makes sense, but like, I mean, counting transfers, like Caleb Downs technically lost to Michigan when he played for Bama. So like,
I am just, I don't, is it in the shoe? It's in the shoe this year? It's
Big house.
God, you lost last year.
Last year and 3 years ago were the first times in my life that Ohio State lost at home.
Well, I was just thinking last year, I was like, well, like,
no, last year was at home.
Maybe you guys are playing in Michigan, so I'm giving you guys a little bit of.
No. That's how pathetic it was, Everett. That's how pathetic it was.
Yeah,
no.
Davis really came into your house.
It was the worst day of my life. It was the worst day.
Take over your trap.
That's confidently the worst day of my life. Not even up for debate. What are we talking about? Like, just
that's coming from a dude whose house burned down last year. That says
losing to Michigan hurt me a million times more than anything I've ever had in my life getting burnt to ash. Losing to Michigan, that was my everything. That's when it got burnt to ash, not the Palisades fires.
You were already numb by that point.
I was so dead already by that.
I mean, like, this is. I don't know what the narrative with Ryan Day goes if he loses.
If he loses, I'm not gonna be calling for him to get fired, but it's just
no. I mean, he just won a natty.
Dude, I can't do this shit anymore. I can't do this anymore, Ryan. Like, it's been so long. I literally don't even know how to shit talk to Michigan people anymore. I don't even know how to do it anymore. You know how pathetic that is? There was a time in my life where I thought I was going to be 90+% win rate for life. What? Like, I started off 18-2. What are we talking about? Like, what? That's like the greatest start I could possibly ask for. And then I literally don't even remember what it's like to win. I literally don't. It has been eons since I've won. Like literally millennias.
All right. Well, let's get into this because we've been kind of circling it for a bit. What are your keys to the game?
The key to the game, very simple. It's first down for both sides. The last 4 years, Michigan, I do not know if they've gotten under 3 yards on first down for the past 4 years. Like, they are constantly 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5. I don't know if they've gotten a gain of 2 or less on first down against Ohio State the past 4 years. Now, part of that could be due to cheating and the defense that's being ran. Whatever, I don't give a shit. Football. The key to this game is going to be first down on both sides. Both teams will either have key offensive players just not playing or hurt. And both teams are going to need to stay on schedule. In theory, when you look at the two teams, how they're built, it should be easier for Michigan to stay on schedule than Ohio State based on how they're built. But Michigan's two leading rushers will not be playing in this game. Actually, Jordan Marshall might be. He might be. But I know Justice Haynes will not be playing. Shout out Gus Johnson accidentally leaking he's out for the year earlier on the broadcast. Fox did not like that. That ruins a Michigan product. But enough about Gus getting in trouble. That's going to be the key. Staying on schedule, productive first downs. Do not be in second and longs. Do not be in third and longs. And then also kind of a key point to this game. I was hearing this from Masses Sports earlier this week. Everett, there is a total of 6 true freshmen, both sides combined, starting in this football game. And I'm pretty sure it is the only time in the history of this rivalry that over 4 true freshmen have been starting, combined both sides. So there's a lot of inexperience in this game, just even when you consider both championship teams, how much production both Michigan and Ohio State lost after their years. Like, both units right now are pretty young and inexperienced in that sense in terms of just snap count playing college football. But that's going to be very important, just how these true freshmen can impact the game. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about Bryce Underwood, and for good reason, of course. Bryce Underwood's like sheer confidence, I would say, is arrogance. And he's so confident in himself that I think it could hurt at sometimes. Like, there could be moments where he's just trying to slot in balls in windows that are not there, and he'll try to make superhero plays that just aren't going to.
That sounds a lot like Grant. a
No.
quarterback overly confident in themselves, even if they make bad plays, and will slot things in the windows that can't.
9. That's
There
9.
you go, JJ McCarthy.
Hey, it's Michigan men. What can I say?
But
They're all
that's
the
my
same.
point. It seems like you guys have been here before in this a very similar situation with JJ McCarthy all those years ago. So, you know, I it's definitely plausible to have a similar approach to him as you did to Underwood.
Well, I think Underwood, like, it can hurt him at times being that confident, like arrogant, trying to fit balls in. But I also think on the flip side, like as an Ohio State fan, I'm way more horrified that he is extremely arrogant than if he was humble, because nothing's going to phase him in this game. If he like fumbles first, if there's a pick six first, he don't give a shit. He's still slinging it the rest of the game. And like that horrifies me. I don't like that. I'd much rather Shea Patterson's at quarterback, makes one mistake and curls up into a little ball. I'd much rather that. Much rather. Oh, do not get me wrong. But like, I think Underwood, he could have some bad moments, and he has had some bad moments recently. But I'm more concerned of how he could elevate by having that irrational confidence in himself.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned than happy. No, I'd much rather he's a little jiggly and curls up into a ball.
I think the one positive from Ohio State's perspective is having those running backs being limited or out from Michigan, because that is like when we've seen Michigan go up against very good and stout teams, they've had to rely on that because Underwood hasn't been, you know, the freshman that can do anything that they were talking about beforehand. That's not a knock to him, but it's just the over, you know, hype of what he truly was.
Yeah.
And you know, it's going to be really on Underwood in this game. And, you know, you were to put me in a position where I have to choose between Underwood or the Ohio State defense right now, I think I know which one I'm going with.
Yeah, I agree. I think if there's one matchup I'm also interested in, and I do not know how it's going to play out, Ohio State's O-line and run game against Michigan's front. Now, Michigan, their ones up front, specifically D-line, very talented. Michigan's D-line, their ones, very, very talented. Their backups, though, there's no depth in Ann Arbor. Recently, when Michigan played they were playing Malik Washington on Maryland. When the twos were in, Malik Washington had a decade to throw the ball. Literally a century to throw the ball. There was zero pass rush when the twos were in. And I think also on the flip side, converting that to the run game, I think those are the opportunities where Ohio State could gash them. I don't think Ohio State's gashing Michigan against their ones. I just don't think Ohio State has that in them to do that. I think they're going to need to take advantage of the defensive rotations on Michigan. And when they have their twos in, that's when we got to attack. That's when you got to go.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I do want to move on from this game because there's two other points I want to make before we talk about the NFL, Grant. First thing, just a note on Tulane. Obviously, big game this weekend. It's obviously versus Charlotte. I think they have one win this season, but this is go to the conference championship. UNT's head coach is now taking a job at Oklahoma State. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he'll be coaching in a championship game or not, assuming that UNT is going to go there and they don't lose and Navy gets in or something.
Yeah.
Thing to note about Tulane, I've seen this point, people being like so many people who clearly don't understand the concept of like conference, like, you know, the difficulties of playing in conference depending on the conference matchups, or for G5 specifically. You know, I saw Pat McAfee, key example, you know, UTSA is the worst loss Tulane has had this season. They lost by 20. UTSA was like 4-4. They're a bad team. UTSA has a 24-game conference win streak at home, Grant. That's like since 2022 or 2021. They have not lost
conference home games, and you probably play like 5 conference home games, 4.
But like that's my point is conference home games. Yeah. They have not lost at home in conference since 2022, like basically 4 years. these are things you take into account, and clearly we're taking into account. And if that's the worst loss they have, I'm fine taking that and still putting you over JMU, because that's not going to happen. It's a different game when you're in a different situation. Those things don't happen, spooky things happen in the Alamo Dome. But Grant, here's one game, rivalry game. Obviously, great games this weekend. Georgia Tech's playing Georgia. That's a fun one. You've got the game. You've got Ohio State, or you got UCLA, USC. This is the game I am having the most fun with. It's the Iron Bowl, Grant. There are some spooky, weird things that happen every year in the Iron Bowl. Auburn always plays really well. Bama always plays really well. They go back and forth. Grant, Auburn is 5-6, playing for a chance to play in a bowl game in this game.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me feel like I want to take Auburn so much more, just because obviously they don't have their coach, but those players still want to be in a bowl game. You still want to prove everybody else wrong from where you were, and they have so much talent. It's at Auburn. I don't know. I'm not saying Auburn's going to win, but if things were going to happen, things were going to happen. This is the situation
Auburn playing
for them.
For a bowl game, I think that's exciting. I think Auburn, their team, is much more motivated by the fact that if they beat Bama, they knock them out of the playoffs. I think they're significantly more motivated by we can end their seat. Oh, that'll get me up for the Iron Bowl if I'm playing for Auburn right now. I would say that's the motivation,
and also, I mean, it's
knock them out of the playoffs.
It is kind of similar. I don't think if Georgia Tech beats Georgia that they'll get a playoff spot, but I don't think they're fully eliminated yet. So they have more on the line than ever. So does Texas. If Texas beats A&M, Texas might have a playoff spot. All these teams and rivalries that may not have had significant impact the other year, besides just a general upset, this year have such high stakes to them for those underdog teams.
Yeah, and I mean, even you could Ohio State, Michigan, technically, if you could say it's a playoff game in a sense for Michigan. So yeah, I mean, we do have a bigger.
Even Ole Miss, Mississippi State this year. Right? Mississippi State's going for a bowl game, and it's in Starkville, and Lane
that
Kiffin
might be Lane Kiffin's
leaving.
last day. So
he might be gone. So just just a lot of things to key in on this year in the rivalry.
Yeah, I would say I am most excited for other than my game, A&M Texas. I've been hyping this game up for 4 years now. I want to do it because I've done it the past 2 years, but I will responsibly be placing a wager on Texas plus 1.5. Sorry, Ag. I'm sorry. I wanted to so badly. I just can't. I can't.
Believe in Arch.
I don't even necessarily believe in Arch. I just don't think A&M's they're fraudulent in my opinion. Specifically their defense, I do not believe in. I do not believe in that A&M defense at all.
I think Myles Garrett has some eligibility left.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Hey, if there was a school that could outbid a $30 million NFL contract, it would be A&M. So
he probably would have more fun than being, on.
Oh yeah, he'd have more fun.
So,
okay, taxes too, if I'm correct. So keeps more.
Yes. Okay, great. Let's get into the NFL slate. Last week I went 8-6. I'm just assuming that I lost the week. We're doing picks again.
8-6, really?
I went 8-6 last week.
All right, so over here, Waterboy Grant section, we had an 11-3 week.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of differences to start the week. So, or in the middle of the week, middle of the day.
I started heating up that halfway through that 10 a.m. slate. That really. Well,
I unfortunately took the I had to take the Vikings. Don't know what what you expect out of me right now, but by the way things are going. But so here are the games.
No, right? That wasn't even it. I was saying got the Browns. That was big. Got Falcons.
Yeah, I did take the Saints on that.
That was big. And then Chiefs over Colts was big.
Yeah.
That sealed the week.
I didn't expect Shador to go out and win that.
It was vibes. My
vibes.
first vibe
It was
pick of the
vibes.
year, and it paid off.
It was vibes.
My first
Okay,
vibe
Grant.
pick.
Here are the games. Thursday, Turkey Day, noon game. Packers at Lions. 3 o'clock. Chiefs at Cowboys. And 7 p.m. Bengals at Ravens. You will likely be watching one of those immediately following this podcast. Friday
or during. You might be
or
watching
during,
that
it's
while
possible.
listening to us.
Possible. Friday, Bears at Eagles. Interesting game. Sunday, Grant. Noon slate. 49ers at Browns. Jaguars at Titans. Texans at Colts. Saints at Dolphins. Falcons at Jets. Cardinals at Bucks. Rams at Panthers. 3 o'clock slate. We're starting with Vikings at Seahawks. Bills at Steelers. Raiders at Chargers. And wrapping up Sunday, we got Broncos at Commanders. Monday night, we got a Super Bowl rematch here, Grant. Giants at Patriots. Some of you might not have been alive for that game. But, Grant, here are my picks. And I have a feeling based on the matchups this week, our picks are going to be somewhat similar. But here are my picks. Lions, Cowboys, Bengals, Eagles, 49ers, Jaguars, Colts, Dolphins, Falcons, Cardinals, Rams, Vikings, Bills, Chargers, Broncos, Patriots.
Love it. Got some good differences. Not one agreement on Thanksgiving Day. Packers, Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles, Niners, Jags, Texans, Dolphins, Falcons, Bucks, Rams, Seahawks, Bills, bolt the fuck up, Chargers, Broncos, and Patriots. This is
main difference
is the last gimme of the year for my team. So we're stomping a hole through the Raiders.
Main difference is really that Thanksgiving slate.
And that's kind of that makes the most sense. Let's just break down this Thanksgiving. Let's just go through Thanksgiving.
Let's just do it. I don't have much.
Packers, Lions, early in the morning. I mean, like,
Grant, I'm gonna be honest here.
I always give the lie. I usually feel
I'm gonna be honest
give
here.
The Bears that
usually no, it is the Lions. It's always
the very first one.
No, for the NFC North, it's always been the Lions having the game. Usually,
but I'm saying time slot. Are the Lions the first
Lions have
one?
moved around. I've watched the Lions at noon and I've watched them at night.
It's usually Cowboys get the middle.
Yeah, I've watched the Lions play the noon game and I watched play the night game. I kind of expected the Cowboys to be the night game in this situation this week, but I guess not.
Well, I think once they realize, like, oh, Burrow's playing, keep it.
But Grant, here's my thing. I know the Packers beat up on the Vikings last week, but if you look at the actual game, if you watch the actual game, yes, the Packers ended up winning by 20 points or something like that, but it really wasn't the Packers having outstanding play that won them the game. The Vikings had several issues that cost themselves the game, including fumbling the ball on a punt return, throwing interceptions into bad coverage. That's the issue. And I don't think the Packers have played phenomenally well down the stretch in the last couple of weeks. And with it being a Thanksgiving Day, with it being Lions at home, with the way Jahmyr Gibbs has been playing over the last couple of weeks, I like the Lions a lot. I like the Packers.
Yeah, so I'm with you on all those things. No
You're just
contest out of me. Packers have not looked the part. They're really struggling. Offense kind of looks lifeless with no Kraft in there, and Matthew Golden just sucks. So the offense kind of lifeless. Even Josh Jacobs back, I don't really care. They're probably not going to run the ball very well. But the one thing that I can't get over is that when the Lions play a competent defense, they look bad. And now they play a good defense. Not elite, not lights out. But
it's a very good defense. Don't get me wrong.
Against good defenses.
The Packers are a very good defense, and Micah Parsons is going to be a problem. But Jared Goff is not starting his 6th career game in this game, Grant. He's not 9. He's not JJ McCarthy. and there's going to be better decision making out of him compared to essentially a rookie from last.
Well, we'd hope.
But okay, that's the thought process there. Chiefs Cowboys, Grant. I obviously, the Chiefs haven't had a strong season to this point. Rashee Rice, I think, was a little bit lackluster last week from kind of what I, saw and heard.
You sure about that?
Compared to what expectations are.
All right, I guess I have to read off Rashee Rice's stat line. Unfortunately, I need to hype up a fucking Chief right now. All right, last week, Rashee Rice, 12 targets, 8 catches, 140.
Oh no, yards. Sorry. I had misread the.
You talking about Justin Jefferson?
All right, relax.
That's Jordan Addison. Sorry.
It was the week before that I was looking at his line. I was looking at the line versus Denver, not the line.
No. Against Denver, they didn't use Rashee Rice, and the offense couldn't do jack. And so now I think for the rest of the year, Andy Reid's like, maybe we should give the ball to the guy who's going to catch it. Maybe we should moving forward.
I'll put a finger up. I
hope
read
Andy
the wrong
Reid
week.
doesn't do so.
I was looking at the wrong week in the stat line.
I want Rashee Rice to re-tear that shit this Thursday. All right, I hate you.
But for the Cowboys, it's a big game for both teams. The Cowboys specifically, the NFC best, right? The NFC beast is still in reach for the Cowboys. Considering that the Eagles have faltered a little bit, the Commanders don't look great. This is a big game for them to take a step
wild
there.
Card just looking big.
No,
picture,
it very, very much is there.
It's open.
And compared to the Chiefs, probably not catching the Broncos at this point. You might not even be catching the Chargers.
They will. There is one guaranteed win for the Chargers. The Chargers might not win a game after the Raiders game. It gets dark. It gets horrifying. Really spooky. Horrifying when you look at the rest of the Chargers schedule.
just to be fair, for the Chiefs the rest of the season, Texans obviously not an easy game. Chargers not an easy game. Broncos not an easy game.
I mean, Texans are the best defense in the NFL right now. It's not even close. They are lights out. Lights out.
That's possible that they lose still 3. They only get 2 more wins the rest of the stretch. Chiefs. So it's possible that that's the case too. But Cowboys secondary hasn't been the greatest either. So making use of those deep threats in Xavier Worthy and maybe sending Rashee Rice down there too, or
they don't need to be concerned about no deep threat. Mahomes can't hit a deep ball.
Well, it doesn't help the point.
No, I'm saying Cowboy. You don't need to be concerned about the deep ball. Any of that shit. They're going to be sitting in cover 2. I guarantee it. 2 safeties.
I would expect
50 yards back.
I would expect this to be an offensive display, Grant. I'm taking the Cowboys purely because it's America's team.
I'm gonna be honest. I think under here. Cowboys since I'm saying
under 52.5, but it's still going to be like 24, 28.
Since they got Quinn Williams, it's not Micah Parsons, all right? I still can't believe Jerry Jones, of all people. I thought he would understand positional value pretty good. Clearly not. But Quinn Williams is still the elite of the elite when it comes to just NFL football players.
No, yeah, he's
elite of the elite. And I think it's actually kind of a good matchup for the boys. Chiefs, they can't run the ball. But when you shut down the Chiefs' run game, they're lifeless. They're in 3rd and 10s, they're lifeless. And Quinnen Williams might be stuffing the Kareem Hunt inside zone. That might be his easiest matchup of the year. Kareem Hunt inside zone. Oh, cool. So at most he can get 4 yards. All right. I think it's sneaky Cowboys.
I do just think the Cowboys offense is going to do well in this game. That's really my greater expectation.
I don't understand this, and I may give him a little pass with the injuries, but dude, CD has 6 drops a week. It's what's going on? What's going on? And they're wide open. Jamar is the same thing too. It's a crossing route over the middle. They are 3 yards past the corner playing man trail, and hits him in the worst place ever. Where? Right in the hands.
Right in the hands.
The worst place. And I just don't know what's up with CD. I don't know. Javonte also hasn't looked as great as he did the start of the year. But George Pickens is holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, no, he is a monster.
I want the Cowboys to win. I'll be rooting for them. I might even throw a Cowboy hat on for this
I
game.
know it's much of the you can't vote against your boogeyman because the boogeyman wins.
I just know them, and this is what, like, when you count them out, oh, that's when it's BTA.
I know, but this isn't Jerry's world. This is Thanksgiving. The Cowboys haven't always won on Thanksgiving, but if the Cowboys are going to win on a game on a holiday, it's going to be on Thanksgiving.
I didn't even check this. Let me check. Cowboys Thanksgiving. All right, they're giving me all-time Cowboys since 1966. I don't give a shit. All right, let's just assume they're like 600 over the past decade.
Yeah. Okay, let's now go to Bengals and Ravens. Joe Burrow's potential return here. Granted,
He is playing.
I looked at both of these teams over the past.
This would have been flexed earlier if he wasn't playing.
Yeah, I looked at both these teams over the past couple of weeks. Grant, the Bengals have had a couple losses where they have been blown out, but for the most part they have played teams very closely with Joe Burrow at quarterback and the defense being essentially non-existent. Ravens obviously just getting Lamar back. Well, he's been back, but he's been hampered a little bit. So that's kind of where the question lies. And I think, if somehow the Bengals ran the table and they ended up 9-8, right? Maybe they make it to the playoffs. It's not happening. But
there's no way. With that defense, there's literally 0% chance.
But Joe Burrow raises that team to such a hot, different level that I feel like at a bare minimum, Bengals plus 7.5. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. So I think you're falling into the trap. Yeah. So Vegas.
Well, I know you're saying that Vegas wants you to do that, but
they're fully aware Joe Burrow's playing. The line is still 7.
Yeah. Here's my thing, though. Here's my thing.
Belt alert. Ravens might be up 28-0 at halftime, like that. Bucks. Shit. What was that game the other week? Rams Bucks. Yeah. It might be that all over again.
Here's the thing. Over their win streak right now, Grant. Over the win streak right now, the Ravens are on. Okay. They've played against Caleb Williams, Tua, JJ McCarthy, or maybe it was Carson Wentz. I think it might have been Carson Wentz. Dylan Gabriel and Tyrod Taylor. None of those guys are elite playmakers.
I think Justin Fields might be better than all of those names. No, I didn't say confidently might be. Okay, that was the key word.
But none of those guys are elite, quarterbacks in the situation. To be fair, out of those games, there's been 2 one-score games, and one of them was 8 points. One of them was 7 points. Both of them are good defenses in the Vikings and in the Browns. Okay. However, on the flip side, when they've played good quarterbacks in Josh Allen, in Jared Goff, in Patrick Mahomes, in CJ Stroud, in Matt Stafford, they've lost all those games.
Can you tell me the weeks of all those games?
Lamar was out.
And Roquan, right?
I don't know if Roquan was out for all of them.
Roquan's been out for a while.
But Lamar was in that first week when they just lost the Bills. So it is a little bit of a give and take because, look, they've done well versus bad quarterbacks, and they've done bad versus good quarterbacks. And it's been a close game when they've played good defenses. So obviously the Bengals aren't a good defense, but they do have a good quarterback. And that's where the line sits in that regard for, the spread. I do think that the Bengals might be able to still win it just offensively if you can keep up, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling a belt here. I'm laying 7 here. Laying 7. Thanksgiving
What
night.
spread would it have to be for you to comfortably take the Bengals?
If the spread was like 5.5, I'd be like, that sounds right. And now I don't know. But
5.5.
because it's so 7, like, damn.
Spotting a whole touchdown.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like, there's no such thing as free money in Vegas. No such thing as free money.
Obviously,
so.
but just for reference, Cincy last week lost to the Patriots by 6. They got BTA'd by the Steelers, lost to the Bears by 5, lost to the Jets by 1, then beat the Steelers again. The rest of their games have more or less been a blowout in their losses. They've lost by 13.
The Bengals?
They lost by 13. But this was like really this was Jake Browning time that I'm talking about now.
Okay.
But over the last 5 weeks or so, they've only had one game where they have lost by more than 1 touchdown.
Fair. I just think, once again, interdivision shit, like, the Ravens are going to go route him.
Throw everything out the window.
The Ravens are going to go route him right now.
But that's why I think I would even want to take 7.5 even more, because it's throw everything out.
No, I know, but it's like right now, everything's pointing Bengals plus 7.
I know.
Everything. Not one thing have we said in the past 10 minutes tells you to pick the Ravens. Not one thing. And so,
no, true, very
true.
Okay.
Bengals
All
plus
right,
7.
Moving on off of Thursday. Let's go on to Black Friday. Bears and Eagles, because to me this is the most fascinating game of the week.
Well, I think Texans Colts is like, we find out so much there.
I think this is fascinating because both teams feel like they're undeserving of being 8-3, and it's.
Sure.
And I'm saying that, look, wins are wins, but you look at the schedule, right? The Bears last week, they played a Mason Rudolph Steelers, Grant. It's not Perk Rogers. The rest of their schedule that they've won those.
I can't believe he didn't play. Like,
yeah.
I genuinely can't believe it.
The rest of their wins, Grant, Vikings, they lost week 1. Lions, they lost week 2. Since then, Cowboys win, Raiders win, Commanders, no Jaden Daniels win, Saints win, Ravens loss, Bengals win, Giants win, Vikings win, Steelers win with no Mason Rudolph.
Just making sure we're on the same side. You took the Eagles, correct?
I took the Eagles.
Okay, good. Okay, we're both on Eagles. I thought you were about to like frame the Bears pick here. No, I was like,
that's the Bears. And for reference for the Eagles, now these have been wins, very similar, but it's very close in their bad games. They beat the Cowboys barely week 1. They beat the Chiefs. Chiefs are obviously questionable. They beat the Rams, I think, without Puka. That week 3, the Eagles beat the Rams without Puka, I think, week 3. Then they beat the Bucs, really close win. Lost the Broncos, lost the Giants, beat the Vikings, beat the Giants again, beat the Packers 10-7, beat the Lions 16-9, then just lost the Cowboys.
All right, Rams, Eagles. Puka Nacua had 11 catches for 112 yards on 15 targets.
Who was I thinking that was out that week?
Holy shit. Like, he just embarrassed the shit out of Cooper DeJean in that one. Oh my God. Quinyon Mitchell. Oh my, where are you, dude?
That was out that week. I don't know who, I don't know why. Maybe he was out the week after that. I thought he was out a game or 2 around that time. But, anyways, the point is, like, their wins have been very close margins. Their defense is really the reason that carry them. And this game, I think, is going to be a very low-scoring defensive battle. And, like, either way, I would say this is a battle of the frauds on the season.
Okay, disagreement. I believe that last loss the Eagles just had, that's it. Boom! Eagles monster. It's now going to start rolling. I saw A.J. Brown last week playing football, and I saw them, like, throwing it to him, and it was working. I was like, I don't have evidence. Maybe next gen stats could prove it, but I swear last week was the most effort AJ Brown put into a football game thus far this year. This season, not counting playoff run in 2025. Really. Yeah. I think that was the hardest I've seen him play this season for the Eagles. And I think it's starting now. I think it's starting now. For the past 7 weeks, they I just go so conservative in the second half. I mean,
look, I don't love the Eagles, but I will take an opportunity to jab at my division rival in the Bears. I cannot get out of my head. For these two teams specifically, I'm thinking about the way that they played against the Vikings, how both of the teams' performances played against the Vikings. And I cannot get out of my head how bad Caleb Williams looked versus the Vikings. Yes, they won the game, but Caleb Williams looked horrendous in that game. And it was a game that they snuck out behind.
You would know this better than me. What do Chicago Bears fans think of Caleb?
Oh, they think that he's like
good? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just check it.
But I think, Grant, I think that you were talking before about Bengals Ravens, talking about the spread on that and that being a BTA. And I think this
No, yeah, also with this, like Eagles 7.
I would have a higher probability of BTA than.
No, I'm with, like, you just look at this game, you look at how both teams have played. What possibly tells you to take Eagles? Like, what think of one reason why you would take Eagles -7 based on these teams, not outside vibes, just logically. There's nothing that tells you Eagles -7. So Eagles -7. So Eagles -7. So it's Eagles -7.
Okay. Just last game I think to touch upon here is
Texans Colts.
Colts.
Like
CJ Stroud is likely out again this week.
It do not matter. It do not matter.
Well, that's kind of the point. Him being out might actually be beneficial to the Texans.
Yeah, no, I like this is a new thing. CJ Stroud, how valuable is he at the end of the day? I don't know. I rephrased the question. I didn't come up with that.
They've been on their winning streak right now without him, specifically without him, and their wide receivers have been doing a lot better with Davis Mills, especially wide receivers not named Nico Collins. Nico Collins has been doing really well, but the rookies,
Higgins,
Noah have done much better with Davis Mills than with CJ Stroud. And I think that's really interesting. Not to mention, Woody Marks is now kind of.
I haven't broken this down, so I don't have like a factual based take on this, but after watching CJ for a long time, if there's one thing I'll say, CJ, if the play isn't open, then he'll just throw it away. Like he's like, I'm not going to lose us the game by trying to force anything. So if Nico Collins doesn't have 2 yards of separation, he's thrown it out of bounds. And like he'll play really conservative. And I think CJ is also aware of the defense. And he's like, I'm not giving my defense a short field. Like, I'm okay with punting. Like, flip the field. I'm cool with that. Just no interceptions on our own 25. No. Like, I think he's just really conservative. And like Mills I'm not saying Mills is slinging it all over, but, a little looser, a little more free. And how the offense goes.
I agree with that, and I think that's kind of what the Texans need. You're in a position. A lot of teams
they have the best defense in the NFL.
A lot of teams are in a position where one, obviously, like maybe you have one side of the ball that's doing much better than the other, but when you're 6-5 and your season's on the line, in this situation, a guy like Davis Mills. Or a guy like
even
Jacoby Brissett.
That too. But Graham Mertz, his third
those guys who are just gonna Jameis Winston too, just like fuck it. I'm gonna make a play. Those are the guys that your season's not gonna get any worse than it is, or you might go to the playoffs. You never know. So, but one interesting just wrinkle with everything with the Texans here. With Davis Mills, I think, is a free agent after the season. If he's not, then that means he's about to be a trade candidate. But reports that I've seen have the Vikings interested in Davis Mills. And that connects me to one other point that I want to make.
I'm just seeing Mills is in year 5 for the Texans. I'm just going to assume he just signed a 1-year deal.
I think he signed like a 2-year, 1-year extension because he wasn't a first-round pick, so he didn't get the 5th-year option. I don't remember what round he was.
It says round 3. Pick 6,
so I think
7.
He would have just been a 1. But
I had to say it.
Here's something that I think you might find interesting. Obviously, there have been reports from the other side of this, matchup between the Texans and Colts of Anthony Richardson maybe going in the Vikings or something like that. Everybody's seen
this.
Everybody saw the clip last year, or was it 2 years ago, where KOC was talking to Anthony Richardson. He was like, "You still got like You're still going to be good in the league. You'll be around the league for a long time, right? So since then,
let's see if I could pull that in my memory bank. Keep going though. I'm trying to
since
find
then,
that
people
video
have
up
kind of
there.
tagged it as like a destination spot for Anthony Richardson to leave the Colts, come over, right?
Mhm.
He's been a candidate. Daniel Jones, a free agent after this year. They've talked about Daniel Jones coming back. Davis Mills being a potential thing. Aaron Rodgers if he doesn't retire. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I saw this point today, and I think it's very true about Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell is known as the quarterback guru, quarterback whisperer, right? With Daniel Jones and even Josh Dobbs and even Sam Darnold,
My boy Nick Mullins. That's my dog.
Nick Mullins too. All those guys were able to accurately throw the ball. It was decision-making problems that caused their issues before, and the decision-making is what KOC was able to fix for Sam Darnold and for Daniel Jones. However, when it comes to fixing accuracy, like you're seeing right now with JJ McCarthy or Anthony Richardson, who has an even worse accuracy problem, KOC has had a problem, like being able to do that. So KOC's ability to fix quarterbacks and be a quarterback guru stems specifically from him helping them with their decision making, not with necessarily their mechanics.
I could be wrong, but I kind of feel like, if you're a first round quarterback, you should be pretty refined mechanically when you're drafted. When you're drafted, you should be.
You should be
pretty mechanically refined when you're drafted.
But that's the interesting thing for the Vikings this week, Grant, is Max Brosmer seems like he's mechanically calibrated. JJ McCarthy does not.
Okay.
So we'll see how performance goes this week. But if Max Brosmer walks into Seattle versus Sam Darnold and he puts out a performance that is much better than what JJ McCarthy was and even wins the game, if he wins the game, Grant, you can't go back to JJ McCarthy. You can't. Like,
all right, just help me out here.
Your Brock Purdy.
Help me out. Start or sit. Half PPR, Ted McMillan or Jay Jettis. Start who? Tell me. Am I going Jay Jettis? Am I going Jay?
They're playing the Rams PPR. This week, though.
No, I know. But I also think because of that, Rams could be up.
You know what? With Max Brosmer,
throw the ball.
No. He's Jay Jettis is getting fed. He's getting fed.
We're on that. We're on that.
I would say Jettis over Ted McMillan.
Okay.
But that's a good question.
I'm going back and forth. And you don't play Thanksgiving, so I got till Sunday till I make that
my
pick.
thing with Max Brosmer is that
where did he go to college? Did he go to
he was at New Hampshire and transferred to U of M, Minnesota.
That was okay. He was Minnesota.
But there is one ball specifically in the preseason that I can't get out of my mind. It's a second level throw. Like it's layered. It's a layered throw. There's a DB probably like 3 yards in front of the receiver. And then there's the receiver and another DB.
What's the route?
It's like a post out, like an outpost,
Okay, a flat. Okay.
A flat.
Okay.
It's probably like maybe 20 yards downfield, so it's a decent.
Where's Brosmer throwing the ball? And where is this flat? Where is this corner?
So we're saying this flat
left half to right half.
Your deep post, so you're going left half. You're going out towards left half.
And Brosmer's on the right hash.
Brosmer's on about the right hash.
Okay.
And
right. Big time throw.
So it's a leveled throw. It's a layered throw. You have the defender probably 3 yards in front of him of the wide receiver. Then you have the wide receiver.
Wait, how long is this throw?
Probably about 25 yards, 20 yards.
Okay.
And he layered it perfectly above the first defender into the hands of the wide receiver with the other defender on him. And that's not something that you see JJ McCarthy doing really consistently at all. And that tells me mechanically he's in a better place than JJ is. And I think that when you're in a position where
he hit a great throw there.
But it's been consistent. Like that's a great throw, but consistently throughout the preseason, he was making better throws that are more mechanically difficult. And that's just the best example. And he's not sailing balls or anything like JJ does. But because he's also an undrafted free agent, my expectation is the game plan is just going to be get the balls in Justin's hands. Just get the ball in Justin's hand. I don't just get the same way that you would with a Josh Dobbs or Nick Mullen. Just give it to Justin.
Yeah, when I think back to those years, when we're in turmoil with the quarterback situation, in Minnesota, those are games where Jay Jettas might be getting 17 targets. All right, he
Yeah.
might be like
Now, same
that
as
first
CD,
Jamar
Justin
game.
Jefferson has had a lot of drops this year too. Similar to CD, he's had a lot of drops
To
for
be honest,
Justin Jefferson.
I haven't been noticing
For
this with
Justin
him.
Jefferson, it's a lot of drops.
Okay, so Jamar CD and then Quinn
But like,
Johnston can't drop.
but okay, so here
Monstars,
honestly,
some energy was transferred.
here's like the greater point in that throw that I explained.
Wait,
from
what is
Rosemary.
going on? There's a drop epidemic. That is
I know it's bad this
weeping.
year. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did to the balls. Maybe they changed the balls somehow.
Gloves. The
Call
gloves
Nike.
must be new.
But the bigger thing is a lot of the balls that Justin Jefferson's gotten
Is this
fed
Phil
over the
Knight?
years.
Is Phil Knight giving Ohio State receivers in the NFL worse gloves so they can't be wide receiver U?
Or LSU too. It's LSU and Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Oklahoma
no,
and
literally,
Ohio State.
you target those teams in the NFL.
But Justin Jefferson over the years, he's done really well when he's being pressed. Like when it's sticky coverage, you're right on him. You can just throw him the ball and he'll find a way to catch it.
And you can't press him.
Problem is, well, I mean, more so when you're downfield, he's running down. He's the corner's sticky with him. You're right there with him, and he still gets that catch and coverage. JJ McCarthy hasn't been able to do that this year because his accuracy is so problematic when he's throwing those kind of balls that he's not even in the range for Justin to be able to make that play. The example of the throw I was talking about with Brosmer is an example of a throw where maybe he can make those throws that JJ hasn't been able to and get Justin the ball in places that he can. So just something to watch out for. That's my TED talk for the day.
I would just advise running a lot of sets with Jordan and Justin on the same side of the field. Yeah. Make the reads a little bit easier, but also don't let them press both them. Make them play off, and one of them's gonna be wide ass open. All right, as Pat McAfee said.
They've been open. Maybe JJ McCarthy just hasn't made throws. Which 22 years old, 6th start, whatever. You want to see what you have. He maybe makes a giant offseason leap, but I don't know if he's going to improve that much between now and the end of the season. Okay. Anything else that you want to talk about, Grant, for this Thanksgiving Thursday? NFL, NBA, college basketball, college football. Maybe a little dinner prayer. Who knows?
I will leave that to you guys to give out your own prayers for things. I do not have the honor of giving you guys the Waterboy prayer right now. I don't deserve to say the Waterboy prayer.
Only if you're over 70% on your NFL picks at Thanksgiving.
That might be the new barometer moving forward.
70%.
You get the Thanksgiving prayer. If we're over 70% at time of prayer, you'll hear the prayer.
You'll hear the Waterboy
at time of prayer.
Okay. With that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitter at Waterboy Pod. You can follow me on Twitter at Everstakes and at Waterboy Grant. We post episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe, turn notifications, and miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and on Instagram as well. So make sure to check us out there. If you miss anything else, and with that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. OHIO, Waterboys out.